Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Alert 2 World Series Grand Finals! You guys ready for it? We're excited. I don't have anyone in here with me, so I got to get the energy going on my own. I got to hype myself up, which is much more difficult than having Snark here to hype me up. But Snark can't hype me up because he's in the Blitz pit right now in the final. Snark in red, out of Israel, bottom right, facing off against Tim the Terror in yellow, top left. Tim out of the Netherlands. The predictions are up. Type red or yellow in the chat. Every single one of you got 216 people catching this one live across YouTube and Twitch, except Klaus, who loves me so much that he's watching on both. So there's only 215 of you. Get those predictions in, guys. This is Blitz, game mode of my own creation. Been around now for a few years. You build oil for money, and you have all the faction bonuses. So Soviet has Desolators and demo trucks. Allied has the Eagles and Snipers and all those toys. Faster game speed, non-stop action. You guys are going to love it. Again, both these guys coming off some very impressive wins to get here. We had a nice little bracket here in the Pro Division. Snark and Tim both going undefeated. This is a best of 5 to take home all the glory and all the cash. The factions are set. We have several different maps thanks to the master map maker Polye. Starting off Soviet versus Soviet, then over to Allied versus Allied, then over to Allied versus Sov versus Allied. You guys get it. Now, Snark, the ninja, strong Blitz player, been around for a while, has helped me actually create Blitz, has done most of the hard work, actually. I mostly have ideas. Snark's the one who gets under the hood and makes things happen. Tim's been around forever. Tim actually, fun fact, Tim actually won a Red Alert 2 event like 20 years ago, and Westwood sent him a little golden Chrono Legionnaire as a token. Okay, battle starting. Tim right in his face. So look at Tim. Follow the turrets, boys. That's where the action's at. Shell for shell, tank for tank, and that's where you're going to see Tim excelling. Tim is more of a traditional player. This is actually his Blitz debut this month. He's been playing Quick Match. This is his first time playing in a tournament. He is a bona fide S-class top-level player in regular Red Alert 2, but a newer player to Blitz. So where Tim is going to excel is in these micro engagements when he's doing what he knows. Now, you expect Tim to fall behind in terms of his build, but as I say that, it's a nice stretch. He's got multiple war factories out. Obviously, Tim winning several games to get here has already proven himself. Snark, a lot more Blitz experience, and see if he can use that to his advantage. Now, Soviet versus Soviet, these early tank fights, this is where you expect the more traditional player to pull ahead. Rhinos versus Rhinos, good old-fashioned Red Alert 2. First game going to Tim, quick. But things are going to get interesting because when Allied gets involved, that's when Blitz really diverges from the traditional game, and that's where you expect to see Snark being able to get a leg up. But this gives you guys an idea, if you don't know who Tim is. That's why we call him the Terror. First one on the board for Tim. All right, guys, now over to Allied versus Allied. Yeah, sorry, I was still getting my hype going when that game commenced, but again, so that one, Soviet versus Soviet, again, it's watch the turrets, shell for shell. And that's when those games, like in those small engagements early on, you have 10 tanks. Every single click you're giving to your tanks, to the untrained eye, it looks like you throw them in, and the dust settles, and someone gets lucky. But it's the micro that we talk about, how you move your tanks and getting all your tanks shooting. You know, if you have your tanks in a group where the back ones aren't shooting, right? So the tank positioning and then how you move them, dealing with the enemy's fodder, getting out of range of their static defenses, but most importantly, clicking down the enemy tanks. And there's an art to that, because if all your tanks are all shooting enemy tanks differently, you're going to kill them each slowly, right? And while that's happening, the enemy's shooting you. So in those low body engagements early on, clicking down the enemy tanks, really, really well done by Tim. And now Tim, AVA was supposed... Wait, what? Where are these Rockies coming from? Why does he have so many more Rocketeers than Snark? Oh, come on, Snark. Snark just played so good. And I'm in here gassing him up. And Tim... Well, hey, you love to see good Red Alert 2 in any form. I'm not playing favorites. I'll take whatever I can get. You guys are giving Tim the mushroom? Don't give Tim the mushroom. You guys should be giving Snark the crates. Don't be giving out yellow crates. Dude, Snark, this is... okay, this is surprising. AVA, I kind of thought Tim would stutter a bit. Well, that's why you call him the Terror. Snark does have an Eagle advantage here. The Eagle advantage can be pretty big if he can get in here and snipe out this AFC. Tim going GGIs to counter the... There we go. Yellow OP. Well, yellow OP works. So GGIs to counter the AFC. So Tim is delaying his Eagles, which is a bit interesting. Snark has his Eagles but not getting anything done. So because, this is interesting, because Tim is not going Eagles, Snark's instead of throwing his Eagles to go at the AFC, he's going to get 5 out and start going at oils. Okay. Goes right into that Patriot missile. Gets an oil. Going to lose 2 Eagles. Okay, 2 Eagles for an oil is good. Remember, guys, 12 total oils per game. AVA oftentimes can come down to a starvation contest. Diving on the oils is huge because players will run out. Now the naval yard for Tim. Tim on 12K. Tim double naval yard. Tim goes double naval yard. Patriot missile to defend. Destroyers now. I have no idea. Naval yard top, naval yard bottom. Another oil goes down. Tim loses his ability to build on this island now. So Tim can't expand, which can be a bit of an issue in Blitz because the oils have such big splash damage. You do want to spread out your base. I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm playing favorites for Snark. I think Snark is up against... This is a David and Goliath story right now. And I'm just kind of rooting for David because I want to see a spicy match. So I'm looking for hope wherever I can find it. Rocky, little hit and run backside. Absolute madness in the middle. Look wherever you want. You'll see something a little bit different.
Drop it.
Disco Yuri. Perfectly timed Disco Yuri. Why does Tim have so much of everything? I can't. That cruiser doing work though. Anti-air boats do so much work. Eagles coming in. Gonna grab another oil. So Snark, this is where you're seeing Blitz IQ a little bit higher for Snark. He knows his only chance is to take out Tim's oils. He's going to try to stay alive and take out Tim's oils. He also has a ton of anti-air, but if he loses control of the water, which I don't think he's going to do, his naval yards are everywhere. Eagles coming in again, he's going to grab another oil. Tim's going to go broke, and Tim is going broke. And I like this move for Snark. He knows that blow for blow, tit for tat, he's not going to beat Tim, so he's trying to play his game, trying to play Blitz, and going at the oils. Another oil goes down. Well worth it to throw those Rockies. Tim is broke. Tim's going to continue to go broke, and Tim's only going to be able to build a few more oils. So now Snark just has to keep his head on a swivel, not let any crazy counter punches happen, and he should be okay. Again, because Tim is broke and going to be broke for a long time. Eagles coming again. Another oil going down. And a hype tank. All right, cue the guy on YouTube who says, "Hey, why don't you get rid of all the silly stuff and focus on the game?" As I say that, there's a bear giving hugs to Snark. It's about the silly stuff. You guys think this is about Red Alert 2? It's about the silly stuff. And just like that, Snark now clawing his way back into this. Now, Tim just so broke. Tim's destroyers doing work though. These destroyers shooting over cliffs is huge. It's just not gonna matter though, because he's dead broke. Tim. Oh, you love to see it. Snark did not do a single thing better that game, except recklessly throw Eagles into oils. Blitz IQ, boys. Hey, don't play the game. Play your opponent. He knew that Tim, in AVA, that's pretty traditional for Blitz. You see most players just going at each other's oils in AVA. And Tim thought, hey, I'll just have a bigger army, a bigger navy, and a bigger air presence. No, Tim. You need to recklessly dive on oils. That's the name of the game. Just like that, it's 1-1, boys. Well, okay, over to point number 3 now. Now we get our Allied versus Soviet action coming here. Snark going Allied first, Tim going Soviet first. And we'll play this same map twice, so it'll be perfectly even with the Allied versus Soviet. Yeah, so I've said it before, I'll say it again because it's one of my favorite metaphors. And you guys know I love those. But there's a few different ways to siege a castle. And one of those is starving out your opponent. And I like Snark. Snark just getting abused across the map, but just recklessly throwing Eagles to take out oils. Hey, this is the finals, boys. Take the wins however you can get them. So Snark now out with Allied. Now Snark's kind of a fun Allied player. He'll do all sorts of wacky different stuff with Chrono Legionnaires and BFs. But I don't know. I don't see that happening in this game because, like, we're going to see Tim on his doorstep immediately. And in these low body early situations, this is where Tim's going to find his advantages. Again, watch the tanks, watch the turrets. You see there, so running away from the eagle, making the eagle miss. Every little hit matters early on here. And the base stretch with the forward flat cannon. Get his anti-air right in Snark's face. I like that. Oh, and goes right into that flat cannon. Not a great move. Loses his eagle. He's trying to chip away at the rhinos, but that flat cannon maybe just a bit unexpected. It's a weird move from Tim, but I like it. Okay, now Tim over to his second war factory. Nice build here. Both players managing their economy nicely, but defensive paradrop now for Snark. I think it's a little bit tough. You know, the defensive paradrops are nice, but it's just so important. You know, the allied player, it can be so tempting to say like, oh, I'm staying alive, I'm going to build a bunch of pillboxes and play defensive. But if you don't get some sort of offensive presence, we've talked about this before, every war factory that's built, and it obviously increases the tank build speed. And once the Soviet player hits like 5 war factories, it can be really, really tough. But the Mirage tanks are out. That'll force Tim to take a second to collect himself, more than likely to get some Desolators in the fight. That's actually, it's really crazy. By far, the 2 questions I get every day on my YouTube comments. Why so many war factories, and why the dogs? The dogs are annoying. It's just such a silly thing. Ooh, Snark, buddy. Oh, God. Oh, ugh, yuck. Oof. Oh, ugh, ugh, ugh. Oh, now all of his Mirages are wounded. This could be the beginning of the end. Oh, yikes. And yeah, again, yeah, that's just scary. And again, you know, if you looked at when the blitz kind of melts away and it becomes regular Red Alert 2, well, Tim is top 5, and that's just what you're seeing there. I know. It's funny, guys. If you guys see my mental gears spinning right now, I'm trying to think of how Snark could win this. And again, it's it really speaks to well, again, Tim. You know, some people say Blitz is so different, and in some ways it is. But once the players learn their build orders, and they can start kind of bringing out their traditional skills, you see that here. But this is pretty exciting to see Tim making noise like this, because now it's got me thinking. You know, Kian's kind of stepped away from the game. Some of these other top level guys haven't been as active lately, so it's kind of exciting to have Tim dominating at this level right now, because now it's got me thinking like Tim I think could hang with Legend. Tim could probably hang with Osama, and it'll be interesting because Luke Z, actually Osama won last month. Osama beat Luke Z. Osama and Luke Z kind of the top guys right now. We're gonna have to get Tim in here for some, get Marco, get Osama, get Luke Z, get Legend. Yeah, and see how Tim fares with those guys. Tim definitely proving himself right now, but that doesn't mean I'm counting Snark out. Let's see what Snark can do. Shaking and baking. The dogs are out. The rhinos are out. And I love it. It'd be so tempting to try to turtle back and do something wacky, but Snark taking the fight to Tim. You love to see it. Dogs and fodder the old-fashioned way. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Going at the power plant. Love that. Oh, and Zedo. Forgot about you, Zed. And Zed. Zed's up there, too. Zed. I forgot about Marco. I feel like Marco hasn't really been around lately. Legend and Marco, I feel like, are slowly getting bored of the game. Zed will never be bored of the game. I'm surprised Osama beat Luke Z last month. I missed that game. All right, here we go. Snark dividing the field, going to work. Let's go, boys. The hype is real. Come on, Snark. Give us the barn burner we all want. The BFs are out. The BFs are getting loaded up with snipers. And the window of opportunity for Snark here is rapidly closing as Tim gets geared up with his BFs and his Battle Lab tech. But Snark splitting things up. He's contained Tim to a nutshell. Tim's dead broke. What do we know, boys? Grand Cannon in the base. Oh. Okay, that oil's a nice hit. Dives on the War Factory. Oh my gosh, dude, Snark. I am so stressed out for Snark right now because he knows, you know, I think honestly in some ways playing behind, playing defensive, when you're down, it's like, okay, I only have one chance. That's a little bit easier mentally. I think being up, having map control, and knowing you have a chance, this can be the toughest. This is what paralyzes players in many situations because he knows he still has to continue this dance. He still has to do everything perfectly. He knows he can still blunder this position. He gets in, grabs the battle lap, nice little yo-yo action, high and low. I'm so stressed out for Snark right now, even though he's up 5 War Factories to 1. And obviously, that tells you what I think of Tim at this point. Tim now has the GG eyes on the back. Okay, Snark's got this, right? Surely Snark cannot blow this. Goes at the oil. He's not going to get it. He blows his topside army. Okay, he has a billion tanks. What do you guys think? Surely Snark's taking this one home. Tim's broke. Yeah, Balth says, okay. It is best of 5, boys. If Snark takes this one home, we are going to the finals, which would be kind of incredible because I feel like Snark has just been absolutely getting curb stomped all day, but somehow he is a couple good moves away from tying up this game and bringing us to match point. Tim's dead broke. And Snark harassing Tim's economy is how he's won his last game and maybe how he's going to win this one. And Tim, he knows he can't just sit back. He needs an offensive presence, so he brings out the Chronosphere. I love that. Chronosphere is out, and that cost him a lot of money, but it's... Oh, and he's going to get another oil. Look at this high-low split. 2 more oils go down. Now Snark just needs to make sure he doesn't get counterpunched. Okay, and an Iron Curtain coming. That's it, boys. Wow, I thought for sure Snark was going to blow that. But yeah, you guys kind of see that, like I talked about, those scary War Factory numbers. 5 War Factories. The door barely closes. Look at the door on this thing. Barely closes. Wow. All right. Tim has to sell the MCV, and that's going to be it. Wow. I don't know how... Yeah, I think that map, you know, in hindsight, that's a pretty Soviet favored map, the big open one like that. Usually in Blitz the maps are smaller. That definitely seems like a Soviet map. Wow. Okay, Snark. We're burning barns, boys. All right, guys, this is it. We're burning barns. Oh, I got a button. Where's my button? I didn't push the barn burner button. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Barn burner? Did the there it is. There's the dragon. God, you guys were going to freak out if I didn't hit that, huh? That's the whole reason you guys are here. We're officially burning barns here in the finals. It's 2-2 winner. This takes home the pro finals. And a quick reminder, guys, redalert2.com is the place to be. Tell your friends, tell your family. You can learn how to join the download the game, play the game. You can join the Discord, connect with the players, to connect with the community, catch up on the drama, talk shit. You can also donate. All the money that comes into the stream goes back into the tournaments, goes back to the players. Helps me keep the action rolling around here. You can also buy my comic book. I made a Red Alert 2 comic book. Yuri and Tanya Fall in Love. It's a whole thing. Rhino on the doorsteps already here. We're on the Cloud 9 map, brought to you by Polye, the master map maker. Snark going Allied, Tim going Soviet. And I think it's tempting to say here, we've seen Tim's Soviet, how scary it is. Why doesn't Snark match him? And I don't think Rhino for Rhino's not going to work. You know, you're going at Goliath, you don't bring a sword. You don't sword fight Goliath. You try to bring a slingshot. And Allied does have some wacky tactics that can be pulled out. Snark's going to need to do every single thing perfectly. He's going to need to get a little bit lucky, and he's going to need Tim to make some mistakes. And again, throws the eagle into the flat cannon. So rough. That early flat cannon, perfect placement there from Tim. Tough. But again, winner of this, taking it all home, boys. See what we can get. finishing up a good stream here today. Thanks for all you guys for hanging out, the positive energy, keeping the things going around here. Been a fun day so far. Conscript's now coming in for the Rhinos. That's a big part of Blitz, is the Conscript's defensive paradrop. Snark's got his AFC out. Let's see if he can get a sniper in this fight. He's going to bring out dogs instead. Doesn't have time for the snipers. And Snark going broke. This is razor-thin margins right now. Snark, one misclick with his Grizzlies are going to melt to these Rhinos. Snark needs to get his economy underneath him there. And it's so tough, you know, you got money, you know, you spend your savings account on dogs, you go broke. If he didn't do it, he would have lost. He had to do it, but now does get his economy underneath, another oil out. Love to see him get a sniper in the fight. Desolator's going to start causing some issues for him here. Oof. My armpits are a disaster, boys. My armpits are a disaster. Rhino's coming. The storm's coming. Another pillbox comes out. Sniper IFVs. The sniper IFVs are in the fight. Will it be enough? Come on, Snark. Hold the rope, buddy. Hold the rope. Oh, it's so many Rhinos. Snark throwing his dogs in front. Oh, Tim taking the higher ground. Very nice move. Snark tries to dive. The Desolators are out. The Desolators cut off Tim as well, though. Tim on this backside is scary. Once he's up there, can he shoot these buildings? I think the answer is yes, and that is not good news here for Snark. Snark cannot push up this cliff. Oh, and the Rhinos now on the backside. The GIs are out of position. The Mirage tank's out. Snark. Oh my god. Wow. Dude, Tim is a beast. Tim is an absolute beast. I'm so glad I'm not Snark right now. Does Snark hold? No. No. Wow. That was beautiful from Tim, getting on the top of that cliff, using that backdoor route. As a map maker, when you make these little backdoor alleys and features like that, you hope, you stay up late at night having dreams about players executing attacks like that. Absolutely beautiful from Tim. And somehow, Snark's alive. Okay, I'd say odds right now, if there was a spread, if you were going to bet on Snark, I would say if you bet $1 that Snark will win, you should get 100. It's about 100 to 1 odds. Now, there's one thing going for Snark right now. Tim has gone tech instead of war factories. So Tim only has 2 war factories. Takes out 1 Rhino, loses both Eagles. Luckily, those Eagles understood the assignment. They crashed right into those Rhinos. Now that one's smoking. Yeah, this is called Total War. Wait, what's it called? Total War? What's it called when all the children and the women get armed and everyone goes to battle? Total War? That doesn't sound... That sounds a bit anticlimactic. There's a word for that, though, when instead of just fighting age males, you then you call out everyone. It's like in Enemy at the Gates, when the Russian soldiers say, 2 men grab 1 rifle. When 1 man falls, grab his rifle and continue to march. Snark's Rocketeers go on a recon mission, get nothing done. Defensive paradrop, holding the line in the backside. Eagles are out. Okay, Zed. Okay, Zed's calling it for Snark. He needs a Grand Cannon and Prism Towers everywhere. Right now, if we gave Snark 5 Prism Towers, could he win this game? No, it's not all-out war. There's a specific word for it. The BFs are out. The Iron Curtain's coming. Okay, he has his battle lab, so he can force shield, and Snark sends it downfield. Love that. Battle lab goes down. Now does not have a force shield. Base trade. Hey, Snark will take a base trade. We'll take base trades all day. All right, Snark. He's got the BFs. Time to go to work. No, the BFs all get split. Did he do that on purpose? I don't think so. Ah! The Rockies doing work. I'm calling this one for Snark. I'm calling this one for Snark. BF doing work on the right side. Rockies going left. What do we know, boys? Paradrop in the back. That nuke's going down. That nuke doesn't stand a chance. The BF doing work. The Rockies doing work. Yes. He doesn't. He takes the war factory. Let's go, boys. All right, now I got bad news for you Snark believers. Snark does not have a war factor. I'll tell you what, crazier things have happened. No, I don't think they have. Hey, I'll tell you what, hell of a fight. Hell of a fight.
Are you not entertained?
Wow. And Tim the Terror taking it home, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Long